What is up, everybody? Adam Goitz back at it on this pond project, and we have been going at this all week long. I've been here every day except for Labor Day because we took that day off because it's Labor Day. Our pond for this big project is pretty much completely rocked in minus edge treatments. We still got to put pond plants in. Beyond that, it's ready to go. The pump's in. Not a lot of the add-ons are in yet, but that's final touches. But what I wanted to show you guys today is something I talked about in the beginning, which is some of the challenges of this project. Obviously, access has always been a challenge, but the other thing that now we're getting into is how tall this hill is in such a short space. And we're actually finding, as we dig into this hillside, that there's multiple layers of different types of dirt in the hill that the builder unfortunately left for our clients to deal with. And it's unfortunate that this happens to homeowners in these new homes, but essentially this hill was not this steep when it was raw land, because we found the layers of clay that used to be where the hill was at. Then we found a whole layer of fill dirt stripped off for the house, and then on top of that was another layer of clay, which is probably what came out when they dug out for footings and for the foundation of the house that they just put on top. They made this hill steeper than it needed to be, and now our clients are having to deal with that. Of course, they found us, and we're taking care of that for them. So right now we are into the waterfall. We've got the first 3 drops in, but I'm gonna flip you around in a second. You can see we've only made it like a third of the way up the hill, which is basically forcing us to just push this hill back farther and farther, which I know our clients are fine with because it takes away from how steep the hill is. But with our size machine, the biggest rocks we can bring in, I mean, we could have brought in a bigger machine and we could have brought in bigger rocks, but we would have had nowhere to unload these rocks anyways. So with our size machine, we can only go so big on the rocks without creating a safety issue. So I'm having to literally build myself roads and landings and platforms to different parts of this hill that then we're gonna have to put back in place and reshape later so that we can even reach some of these places. So I'm gonna flip you around. You can see the guys here, they're stretching out the liner again. What I wanted to show you though is right here, this excavator is sitting up on almost 2-3 feet of dirt that I've carved out of the hillside to get myself up higher to reach rocks into these next shelves. So we've got our first drop, our second drop, and our third drop. Now we're getting ready to frame in our next set of frame rocks and our next set of spillway rocks, and then get up into the next one. But we still have from here to go, so I'm gonna push that hill back farther so we can go out farther. We're gonna have to bring in another piece of liner because what we have isn't long enough. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at. We're gonna hopefully get these next 2 drops in today, and then we gotta get ready for the weekend. So I gotta reshape this back, reshape the rest of this hill back up so it's not an issue. But hey, stay tuned. It's gonna be a pretty kick butt waterfall. What's up everybody, Adam Goit, Brookside Landscape and Design here. It's been a little while. We've actually been at this project for quite a while. It's a pretty large project. And I don't know that we've done a great job of like telling you what we're doing as we're doing it. And I know that most of you enjoy the time-lapse stuff better, and that is really cool. But I did want to give you a good update as to where we're at, because we're at a pretty monumental stage in the project, meaning we got plants going in the ground. Plants are mostly laid out. We're starting to work on a lot of these final details, some gravel pathways, some cleanup, planting, barking, all that good stuff. The water feature is up and running. It has been running since last week actually. It turned out great. We're super happy with it. Of course, as an artist, you always think I could have done this differently or that differently, but hey, those are lessons learned. At the end of the day though, super happy with it. Clients are super excited about it, and it just turned out great. So anyways, I'm gonna flip you around and show you where we get going, but we're working plants. The guys are busy digging into this clay hillside that's quite a bear. We're using lots of planting amendments on this one because the soil is pretty sterile, not a lot of organics in it, so we're having to amend and do some of our own thing. So again, this is an alpine rockery slope, which means that yes, we could have done retaining walls, but it wouldn't have looked as natural. It wouldn't have worked well with the water feature, so we went for the alpine rockery approach. Lots of rock, 100 tons of rock on this hillside, and lots of plants, and that's all gonna help stabilize the hillside. See, we got all these plants laid out all the way across the hillside. Waterfall, more rocks, more plants, treads, more rocks, more plants. Guys are shaping out for some gravel areas and some pathways. So we go pretty heavy on planting for alpine rockery, and we still want to pay attention to, plant density so that we don't plant too much. This becomes a complete jungle and it's a super hard thing to maintain. But we do want a lot of root structure on the hillside, a lot of color, year-round interest. Most of this stuff has to be drought resistant to a point, and it's going to be mostly full sun. And did I say full color? Lots of color. So we're super excited. This is really going to be one of those projects where I can't wait to come back in like 2 or 3 years. We'll come back at you again when we're finished, show you the final results, but just wanted to give you a quick update.
About our final day, we're just doing finishing touches, mulching, final edge treatments, just making it look as good as possible before we leave. I missed doing some time lapse of the bark this morning. We got a good time lapse of everything to the left of the pond, but I'm just gonna do a quick video. We got all the gravel in, all of our plants are in, mulch is basically done on this side. I could walk you through the staircase real quick. Look at the pond though, super clear. We got our auto doser in, so that's been putting some beneficial bacteria in here. I got our plants in. Take a look at the waterfall, all the mulch. Everybody's doing a good job today. Going up the staircase, get you a better look at the falls from up top. Yep, circle around here at the top of the waterfall, see it a lot better. Got some final ground covers going in. Alrighty, well that's just a quick look at that. I'll set up my time lapse the rest of the day. You guys check it out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Have a good one.